Don't you remember all the hard work you put in your garden to set it up? I'm sure you do. That was no easy job. But the job isn't over yet. You need to put that much effort to maintain your garden. Otherwise, all your hard work can go in vain. A healthy garden requires continuous maintenance to stay healthy. Most of the plants require enough water, sunlight, and nutrients to grow and produce well. You need to water your garden, make sure plants are getting enough sunlight, and take weeds out to make sure they are not sharing the nutrients from the soil that only your plants deserve. Now, these are not a too easy job, honestly. But trust me, once you neglect your garden, and it gets sick, it'll take far more effort of you to get it back in good health. You don't want to do that, do you? If you don't, then let's go ahead to know what regular care you need to take of your garden, and how. Water supply to garden. The basic. Vegetable plants and fruits are 75% to 95% water. The growth of your plant, succulents, the productivity of it, is directly related to the availability of sufficient water. Emphasize more on watering during the initial stage of plant development and immediately after transplanting. That's when it's most necessary. You don't want shallow rooting of your plants, making it more vulnerable to drought damage. So avoid shallow, frequent watering. You can use almost any organic matter such as wood chips, hay, dry leaves, sawdust, bark, etc. The layer can be 2 to 2.5 inches thick. Make sure the thickness is even all over the garden. The best time to mulch in spring. Wait until the soil is at 65 in the top 4 inches, then mulch. You may use a plastic mulch in warm season vegetable beds. Take weed out. Weeds are harmful, need to be taken out. Weeds are those plants out of place that grow well in disturbed environments. They are nutrient hungry and compete with your garden plants for limited nutrients and water you have in the soil. They also harbor insect and disease pests. One major key to successful gardening is weed control. Take action against them as early as possible. You keep bare soil exposed, and they will germinate and fill that. Apply correct fertilizers. When you start planting in the garden, we believe that you prepare the soil properly, ensuring the right amount of nutrients. But over time, garden soils lose fertility, resulting in inadequate nutrients to plants. As soon as you see the signs of low soil fertility in your garden, apply proper fertilizers immediately to give a boost to your plants. Measuring and implementing the right amount of fertilizer to plants is required, as too much fertilizer can burn the roots. On top of that, over-fertilizing may reduce the capacity to absorb water, which can leave the plants more inclined to stress from cold and heat. However, the best fertilizers for the plant, especially for flowers, can be the water-soluble or liquid ones. When you buy the compost from the market, make sure that you choose the best one. Provide required sunlight. Sunlight has important effects on plants as they get food and energy from it through the photosynthesis process. Photosynthesis helps the plants to obtain power through the chlorophyll in its leaves, then it converts into food. In fact, without proper access to sunlight, plants' leaves become yellow, thin, and weak. You need to ensure that your plants are getting the required sunlight. Understand your plants. Some plants, flowers, need sunlight for a long time every day, while some indoor plants need only a few hours. Prevent and control pests. Every gardener likes you want to see the garden bursting with flowers, fruits, and vegetables, but unwelcome garden pests can be the significant impediments to make it happen. Pests can easily kill delicate plants. Therefore, prevent the pests from attacking your garden, though no garden is genuinely free of pests. However, make your garden weeds free to stop growing insects, while installing barriers and traps can be another tricky part to prevent the pests as well. Even after that, taking all measures to prevent pests, if they attack your plant incidentally, you should go with appropriate pesticides to kill them. To prevent further spreading of pests, eradicate the profoundly affected plants. But one thing you need to keep in mind, that all pest is not harmful to the plants. Some insects like spiders, ground beetles, etc. are beneficial to the garden as they fight to kill other destructive pests. Take care of these type of goods pests to make a residence for them by planting pollen and nectar producing plants. Prevent and control diseases. Your fight has not done yet with the end of pest control. You need to give another battle against the disease caused by fungi, bacteria, and viruses. It can be heartbreaking if you see that your plants are dying from these fungal infections like anthracnose, bacterial leaf spot, and white rust, etc. To make your garden safe from fungal infections, avoid excessive watering, and when water work is done, clear the pots, vases which may help to spread germs. Further, use clean tools for weeding and pruning to avoid bacterial and viral diseases. However, no matter how caring are you to your garden, unfortunately, you may notice that your plants get infected with a disease. In that case, you need to use appropriate chemicals to get rid of the bugs. Using chemicals is considered a reason for the killing of beneficial organisms as well. It is widely advised to follow the organic method, which is friendly to your plants, insects, birds around you. This process does not allow to kill all insects, instead, this process saves helpful insects for the garden. Prune your plants. Pruning, the process of cutting back the overgrown branches to control the growth of plants, is an excellent way of taking care of your plants. Prune the wounded limbs that can be infected over the winter, as injured legs may allow diseases established. Pruning prevents infections from spreading to the new height. It is better to do the trimming job before late winter, as the storm of late winter can cause more massive damage if branches are not trimmed properly. On the other hand, you may notice that some of your plants are growing waywardly. In that case, by pruning, you can cut back the branches to achieve uniform heights and compact shapes. You need to make sure to use sharp tools to make a clean cut. Use clean tools. Unclean tools can be responsible for spreading diseases in the garden. It is vital to ensure that the weeding and pruning tools are clean and germs-free. So, make your devices clean and disinfect before use. With the help of good disinfectants like chlorine, bleach, trisodium phosphates, you can make your tools disinfect. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For getting more useful and interesting information, to subscribe to the Engineer AJ Lard's channel, How to Make Home.